Welcome back. This time we're talking about The Hunt for the Wilderpeople. And if you haven't heard of that movie, don't worry, it's not a huge release. And as one myself, I hadn't heard of it at all until a few days ago. But then I saw that it was written and directed by Taika Waititi, who gave us the hilarious mockumentary, What We Do in the Shadows. If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's a hilarious movie. And Hunt for the Wilderpeople is another funny comedy from this writer-director. Now, it's a very different movie. It's not a mockumentary, but it does have a lot of the same dry humor that I liked in What We Do in the Shadows. Now, this film stars Sam Neill as one half of a couple living on the edge of the New Zealand bush who take in this 15-year-old delinquent who's pretty much been bouncing around the foster care system his entire life. And the kid's name is Ricky. And he's played by relative newcomer Julian Dennison. And he's a kid who's basically, life has taught him that people pretty much don't care about him. So when he finds out that his new home is going to be with this older couple in the middle of nowhere, he is not happy. But Sam Neill's wife, a woman named Bella, played by Rima breaks through a lot of his walls, and he begins to actually enjoy his time on this farm. And I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a point where he ends up running away and going into this bush. And Sam Neill's character, Hector, goes in after him. And because of some unfortunate miscommunications and some happenstance, they end up becoming a target of this gigantic nationwide manhunt that's trying to fight their way through the bush to find these two people. And when they find out that they're the target of this, they kind of come to a mutual agreement that they're just going to end up staying in the bush. So the core of this story is about how this older guy and this teenage delinquent become friendly, almost like family, and it's actually a very touching story. There's a core emotional story to this, and the chemistry between Sam Neill and this young actor that really give this movie a lot of heart. And while it is really funny, there's a lot of dry humor that had me laughing throughout. There are some really emotionally heartfelt moments as well, and some downright sad moments that really elevates this to a really enjoyable experience. It's more than just a let's see how many times we can get you to laugh. There is a real emotional core to this movie that I really wasn't expecting. And this movie is in relative limited release, so if it's anywhere near you, I would definitely recommend you go see this. If you're a fan of What We Do in the Shadows, and you like that kind of dry humor, I think you're going to find a lot here. Plus, two really interesting characters and some great chemistry between two really talented actors. So this is a movie I would highly recommend. It's an emotionally resonant comedy. That's the best way I can say it. If you have seen it, let me know what you thought. As always, you can subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other reviews, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.